is child-centered, and so it is definitely a skill, talents that need to be nurtured. Some teachers are going to gravitate towards it. Others are going to be fearful of sharing power with children. It can be scary to let that go. They're afraid the class is going to, run wild. And we do have that responsibility to care for children and to teach them and to learn with them. So yes, I think these kind of venues help to talk about that. And even taking these questions, back. In some schools, these would be very provocative. There's no question about who has the voice in the classroom. The teacher has a voice, and that's the only voice that you hear. And we want to move away from that. The teacher has all the knowledge, giving it to the child. Move away from that. Okay?
Sorry, I'm just wondering about accountability. With project-based learning, we do need evidence of learning in the classroom. So what's the role of worksheets or assessments or things like that?
Well, I think, what do you learn from the worksheet?
That is the data recording protocol. This is the evidence is there. Evidence for the parents that they have.
So, are you learning from the worksheet that they know how to write their name?
No, all I mean is what is the role of worksheets or written work or written assignments?
Oh, you're asking me.
Yeah, I'm asking you.
Yeah.
And then what about accountability? How do you know that children have learned very well? Or what is the level of their learning? How do you do that?
Right. I think it's mostly through observation and conversations with them. You certainly can still use things.
I'm thinking about parents as stakeholders. So how
Portfolio, video clips showing. What's more powerful, a video clip of a child doing a problem solving, working on a project and doing a problem solving?
So you have report cards with benchmarks,
We can also do presentations. For example, if you're working with 8-9-year-olds and doing a project, you can. So let's say you have 3 groups and all 3 are doing something completely different, but the end goal is the same. You want to know if they understand the concept of A, B, and C. So you as a teacher and as a group, so I ask you, your one group, to present what you've done in this whole project, and through that, everybody is going to question how this happened. You as a teacher will know that when they did this whole project, did they understand how to solve it?
I'm talking about school.
And what grade levels, what ages are?
At whatever level. Assessment that's being used at all levels. So if they are only doing project-based learning,
we frequently we always pick work that the child has done. So we'll look at the whole project that everyone has done, and then for each individual child, we'll have evidence, so that there may be just notes that the teacher has taken about that. There may be kind of checklist on this certain domain. No, we don't do a portfolio per project. We do have an overall per child. We do it per child, and so the learning goes with the child. So they may have learned this in this project, this just on the playground, this at lunchtime. So learning is still happening beyond the project.
What I think the confusion for her is, let's say in a typical report card right now, you have science, you score 45 out of 50. Math, you score 50 out of 50. So, which is exactly what you present to your school head and your parents, am I right? So what they want to know is, when you're doing a project, how you can't do that scoring because you're not going to have that examination. What do you present to the parent or the school? And this is basically the difference. The difference between project-based learning, from what I understand, is basically project-based learning is based on developing the understanding of the child, not exam-oriented. That's the basic difference. So as a teacher, what is in the portfolio?
Certainly we would still use, in addition, so you may have that mark. That I'd have to think about, because we don't give it so specific. But we do report cards, so ours are more general though, like a grade, A, B, C, or set. And what we do, we don't use marks in the preschool program. We start with marks in K, 1, 2, 3, and K is the 5-year-old program for us. And that's going to be usually plus minus, satisfactory, unsatisfactory, we keep that general. Although the kids get it and they go, okay, check means A. They'll say check means A. They'll teach the kid younger. And so they have their interpretation, even though it usually means something emerging. And then it is